Let's fucking go!
You have made the most use out of that one little like Photoshop like image that I used for YouTube. Like it's everywhere now. Like you've used it for it's basically become a logo without really like.
Well, it's just like it's easy.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean,
because I take screenshots of the YouTube thumbnail to like post pictures somewhere to let people know where it's at.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, fuck it, I have this. Keeps me from having to do any real art. So
I imagine like an officer pulls you over and he's like, "Sir, can I see some like, identification?" And you just pull out like a printed out screenshot of the YouTube thumbnail and go, "I have this."
I just pull it out and go, oh my gosh.
Oh no.
You were getting very sleepy.
Can I stop you for a minute?
Welcome back to Milktown.
I am Nate. That is who I am.
Yeah, that's Nate. I'm Sonny. You know us. We're your fucking dudes. We're your milkmen.
That is the most positive getting pulled over by the cops experience I've ever heard in my entire life.
Dude, if I got pulled over and they went, "Aren't you the fucking guy from Milktown?" I'd be like, "Are you serious?" Like, yeah, I am. That's me. They'd be like, "Cool. Well, you're going to jail."
I figured they'd like pull me out the car and be like, "Cool. Unfortunately, you like the Gold Ranger, so you're gonna have to go. You got to go right now. Antonio lovers have to go."
Okay, so our friend Raven the Kid, he sent me a meme yesterday of it's a Gold Ranger with like blue highlights. Is that Antonio?
He has blue highlights. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen many other Gold Rangers, but yeah, he does have like blue. If you had a picture, it'd be easier.
Okay, yeah, I pulled it up. It was Antonio.
Yeah, if he gets the so kind of spoilers-ish, not really, for Super Samurai, which is season 2. If he gets the black box, that blue turns black. It's a black trim instead of a blue one. The black box is a special power-up. I'm not going to tell you what it does completely, because I feel like at some point we got to watch it. But it's very cool. His blue turns to black. It's very cool.
Cool.
But my man, the fisherman. You ever been fishing? You look like you've been fishing for sure.
Have I ever been fishing?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, I grew up in the middle of goddamn nowhere. I've been fishing. I've done things like that you would make fun of people for.
I don't make
being
fun
like,
of people.
Be like, that's some hick ass shit. What the fuck are you doing? Like, have you ever heard of donkey basketball?
You lost me. You lost me already.
Our high school used to literally bring in 10 donkeys. And high school alumnus would sit atop these donkeys. And much like you would play polo on a horse, they would play basketball on the backs of these donkeys.
That can't be real.
That's 100% real.
You're looking at me like it's
I'm
real.
Not even fucking with
that
you.
Bothers me. That's real?
I'm looking at you like it's real because it fucking exists. It's a real thing.
That's funny.
What else was there? I grew up in a town so small that my neighbor hosted a rodeo at their house.
Damn. What a man.
What a woman, actually.
Well, I was talking about you, but go on.
Oh. I was like, she hosted that shit. She had it on lock. Yeah, dude, like I grew up in like literally in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
If it weren't for the fact that I had access to like MTV, I would have been like a really shitty country kid.
I grew up in the big city. Not New York City, but a large city. And that was less rodeos, more people. That's it. All I could say is so many people. I don't know.
A lot of fucking guys out here.
Just, I don't know. My childhood was a lot of like, there was a golf academy across from my elementary school, so I learned how to play golf very young. I suck now. I don't know. At one point, I was good.
Of the two of us, like if you were to look at the Milktown logo and say, which one of those fuckers plays golf? Which guy do you think they'd fucking point to?
Not the guy who looks like he just got a pleasant Sunday surprise.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you look like you're like experiencing Christmas morning.
Yeah, and you look like the cover art for an NWA album.
That's funny.
That's
funny because it's also I am mean mugging a little bit.
You are just a little though, not like in an unfriendly way. You look like somebody who actually went missing. I look like somebody who came willingly. You know what I mean? Like that's what that looks like. I look at it more and more, and I'll be editing. You know, like
Nate wasn't taken; he was borrowed.
They brought me back. Actually, I can't believe it. I mean, I can. They said the odor of pungent spoiled milk is what told them to like drop me off on the side of the road. That and they were like I beat them at golf, and they're like, your golf game's too good. I guess you've won your freedom.
Speaking of spoiled milk, I have a milk fact for you. If you put a pinch of salt in your milk, it will stay fresh longer.
Nice. Unfortunately, this past weekend we had to throw out 2.5 gallons of milk.
So 1 gallon of milk.
Yeah, it pissed me off to no end because it wasn't supposed to expire for another 10 days.
What?
It had the expiration date was like May 15th. We threw these out May 5th.
What was the catalyst?
Was
it left out?
No, both in fridge, both in very powerful refrigerators, mind you. I don't know what happened. But what I do know is that like how this all started was yesterday this last week was my week off, but on Friday I did Friday Night Frights with some of the streamer friends just to jump into the mix. A lot of fun, by the way. Did not play anything zombie related this time. But I didn't have any milk for the redeem. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'll just use like the white milk we had. And no, it smelled like shit. And then I was like, well, there's one in the garage refrigerator. We have more than one refrigerator, bro. Both very powerful. So she gets that one and she's like, nope, this sucks too. And I'm like, what is this milk? What's happening?
Yep. If only we would have recorded the podcast yesterday, you would have had the knowledge to preserve your milk a little longer.
Yeah, if only I had some salt lying around.
How do you not have salt? Like salt comes in most houses.
I was being facetious. Of course I have salt lying around.
Let's say I've moved into a house and there's been salt in the cabinet and I'm just like, sweet. Yeah. I've got fucking salt.
They should put that in like the perks of the house, like central heating, AC, salt in the cabinet.
Salt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like it was retailing, like the house, the rent was like $1,500 a month. But then they're like, but it comes with salt.
Right.
And it makes it all worth it. 12 square feet, $1,500 a month.
I thought you were saying 12 square feet of salt. I'm like, that is a lot of salt to like.
Oh my God. That's a lot of salt. I wonder how much that would weigh. 12 square feet of salt.
It depends.
That's got to be like 3 tons.
How thick the layer is, right?
Well, salt's a rock, dude.
Right. Of course. But
so if you're going to consolidate it into 12 square feet, wouldn't it make sense that it would be in rock form?
Maybe. Yeah, I guess so. You'd be correct. That checks out.
So yeah, I bet 12 square feet. What is that? That's 12 by 12. Well, actually, that measures air. 12 square feet would be area. We would need to know the volume. So is it a 12-foot cube? In which case it would be what, like 16,000 liters? Yeah, it's like some. Okay, now I got to do the math. 12 cubed, 1,728. So you would measure that. What it would be like kilograms? Ooh. I'm not interested in doing all of the math. I just know that's a lot of salt.
Get somebody to crunch the numbers while they're crunching on some McDonald's fries. A lot of salt in those bad boys right there.
I was going to say that 12 square feet of salt is half as much as what comes in a ramen package. We don't really have an agenda for today. We both kind of fucked up this week in terms of like discussing what we were going to talk about. So I figured that I would scratch an itch that's been culminating since episode 1. Don't think that I forgot about it.
I forgot.
Because it lives in my mind rent-free. That's the Midnight Club.
Does the rent in your mind come with salt as well?
Yeah. Yeah. And surprisingly, also half a roll of toilet paper.
One ply or?
Hard to tell from this angle.
Anyway, the Midnight Club. The real life Midnight Club, right?
The real life Midnight Club. So I actually want to start. Do you remember the Midnight Club video game series?
Well, of course.
So the first one came out for PlayStation 2 in 2000.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was developed by a company called Angel Studios, published by Rockstar. So
good old Rockstar, baby.
Looks like, I'm just curious here. Okay, so Angel Studios became Rockstar San Diego.
Yeah.
So, and you can really tell, I was watching gameplay for this whenever Nate hopped into the call today. It is top down, just like the original Grand Theft Auto game. But yeah, it's basically just a racing game, kind of inspired by a real life racing club from Japan.
Okay.
This was like the late 80s into... Actually, I think it was all the way up until the late 90s even. Yeah. 87 to 99 is what this says. It says the Midnight Club was one of the most notorious and highly respected street racing clubs to ever grace the Wangan Highway between Tokyo and Yokohama.
Okay.
Do you have any base knowledge about the real life Midnight Club?
Nothing. I didn't even know it was real until you were like, hey, that's a real thing. And I was like, oh, nice. And then you were like, we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
And then we had to flirt with co-ops for an episode. That was cute. And then we fucked around a bit. And now we're here.
Okay. So, the real life Midnight Club. Basically, in Japan during that time period, there was a lot of street racing going on. Like, it wasn't uncommon. The speed limit on the highways at the time was like 112 miles per hour. So whatever that is, kmh. The Midnight Club was different though, because a lot of these racing clubs, they were kind of inspired by like Bōsōzoku culture, which is basically like really flashy. Like if you look at like the Fast and the Furious now, that's kind of what Bozo is evolved into, like neon lights under the cars and stuff like that, like that sort of race culture. The Midnight Club, they didn't race during the day, and they had some real solidified rules. So they never wanted to put anyone in danger. That was first and foremost. That's why they were the Midnight Club. They raced in the middle of the night because there was less people on the roads.
So you're telling me I've been playing Midnight Club wrong this whole time?
Oh, yeah.
Putting all those people in danger. Wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The next thing is that their members were like really secret. They didn't really expose their identities.
Are you telling me that the rules for the Midnight Club and the rules to be a Samurai Power Ranger are nearly identical so far? You've named 2. Don't hurt anybody. Don't give away your identity. Like, okay, go on. Let's go.
They're both based in like Japanese culture, so I mean, it would make sense. So, another one of the rules is they were proud of their vehicles. Like most of them were really skilled mechanics. They kind of had to be, because one of the main requirements to be in the Midnight Club is that your car had to be capable of going 160 miles per hour plus.
Okay.
Like that was the speed that they cruised around at. 160 miles per hour. That was their cruising speed.
That's a cruising speed, dude.
They were pretty secretive, but they were proud of their cars, like I said. So they would have these stickers that basically said like Midnight Car Special. And that kind of indicated that you were a part of the Midnight Club. And then another thing that they would do is when they would meet up, they'd basically be like, hey, look out in the newspaper. There's going to be an ad and it's going to tell you where the next meetup is.
So it's not like the sign up for Dumbledore's army, where like you get all these kids lined up and they just one by one come and sign their names.
Yeah. So, and actually, here I have an example of one of the ads that they used to post. I've got 2 articles pulled up. Okay, so here's something that they would post to like advertise where they're going to meet up. For sale, small handbags at discount prices. For more information,
What?
I'm available for meetup at Daikoku parking area on Thursday between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. Thank you.
What if somebody showed up for the real ad? What would they do?
Then I'm sure they'd just be like, yeah, I haven't seen anybody here.
That's awesome. Like, holy hell, that's great. Yeah.
They would race around and just like basically try to like tune up cars and go as fast as they could. The reason they disbanded is because actually there's a really bad wreck. I don't know which vehicle it was, and I'm trying to do a little quick scan.
I just thought of like a place called the Midnight Pub. Off topic. I just feel like I'm sure that's a place that exists. You go in there and it's me and you just drinking our milk. We only serve milk here. Instead of like Nick at night, it's milk at night. And it's just you and me dressed as like bartenders serving milk.
Oh my God.
We have a human who views us, Pale Cran. You know him. He was telling me, we were on the phone really late last night, and he was telling me that he really wants to do an animation of that beginning, like beatbox, like intro to Milktown. He's like, dude, I just imagine you guys like milk in a convertible type shit, and I want to really like animate it. And I was like, dude, come on, let's go.
What?
So, putting Pale on blast here. We gotta get you in contact with him. You guys both have really good ideas.
Yes, that's awesome. Real quick, I'm just gonna finish this. Couldn't find the car, but I have more to say about Midnight Club 2. But I was literally, there's an animator called Worthy Kids, and I've been watching a lot of their stuff recently. And I was thinking I think the funniest clip of any one of our episodes so far to animate would be whenever I was talking about that time that that restaurant put mayonnaise on my burger. Because I was like, I was willing to drive to the restaurant, rewrap the burger perfectly, and just throw it at the first employee. Like, just imagine an animation of that.
And there's some guy, we were talking about how I was like some dude first day on the job, just like, oh, hey, how can I help you?
Yeah. It was, that's episode 3. That's Virginity Sword.
Yeah. And also, last episode, I think it was, where we were talking about, like, not to bring up jerking off in the closet, but you were like, ever get caught, like, jerking off in the closet? I was talking to Pale Cran, brought that up last night, and he was like, so I asked one of my friends, because I thought that was really funny, and he asked one of his friends, and his friend was like, no, I've never gotten caught. Like, took the joke, like, really seriously, and I'm like, yo, I'm not going to name the friend, but, like, that's really funny to me that, like, I couldn't imagine. Just, no, I've never been caught.
I'm too fast, I would catch it. Nothing gets by me. My reflexes are too perfect. Just talking to Drax over there.
I'm imagining you in a closet again, door closed. Nothing gets by me. My reflexes are too quick. And then you just hear like
Kung Fu noises.
Like tripping over a coat hanger and like all of the clothes falling down.
Oh no.
And you go, I didn't know I left my Harry Potter Legos in here. Hermione's stuck. Like,
I don't have Harry Potter Legos. I'm an adult.
The hell does that mean?
It means I have Lego architecture.
I'm like, you threatened to throw a burger at a minimum wage employee a couple episodes ago. You're an adult.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really want a video of you, like, not a real employee or anything. I just want to see how hard you could like throw a burger. At this, I want to see like.
Should we do that for science? Should I fastball a burger?
I want to see. I want to see like, what? How do you measure that? Is it joules of energy? Is that like? Would that be? Well, isn't there like something for measuring like impact, or
how? So I mean, like realistically, it would be. Would it be joules? I think it would be
Yeah, that
Joules.
sounds
So I
right.
mean, I would basically just have to throw different things at like a ballistics gel,
Yeah. Oh my god, like the there
like
was that
Deadliest
one show
Warrior.
on. Yeah, that one. Yep. That was on like Spike TV for a while or whatever.
If
And
anyone knows anyone with Spike TV, let them know that we need access to the Deadliest Warrior lab because I have to fastball a burger at some ballistics gel for science.
yeah, exactly. You don't think we could just like pick up ballistics gel?
I mean, you could probably make ballistics gel. I don't know what the gauge you would need to read that is.
Oh, okay, that's a whole thing. Yeah, we'd have to look into that. And then we got to like decide what kind of burger. Do we want like a basic, burger? Do we want like a double cheese chicken sandwich? Like, would a chicken sandwich hit differently? I feel like a chicken sandwich is crispier and more of like an edged projectile, whereas like a burger is definitely more just. There's a lot that goes into this, like fast food, martial arts.
Dude, I have no idea what. Like, I need a better science brain than what I have.
Fair enough.
It's like I don't even know what we would be measuring. Like, is it joules or is it something else? Is like how it would be the same. Like, how do you measure a car crash? Like, is that in joules?
I think so. Like how much energy is exerted or transferred through the gel, I guess, in your case. And then in a car crash, it's damn, this insurance isn't covering me, so this really sucks. Anyway.
Yeah. Also, speaking of car crashes,
Oh.
that was the reason why the Midnight Club disbanded.
Right.
Really bad wreck.
Ooh.
It I don't know if it killed or if it just hurt some people, but there was bystanders involved.
Oh yeah, and after that they were like, well, that breaks our rule, we're good.
Yeah, they immediately disbanded. There was no other secret meetings, nothing. It's just no more Midnight Club.
Yep.
They have been seen around like the Midnight Club cars have, but they don't race. They're just at car shows.
I see.
And obviously, I think the most famous Midnight Club car is a car that they call Blackbird. It's a Porsche 911.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think it's a 911, but it's a stunning looking car. But yeah, and they reformed in like 2020. The Midnight Club did.
So they're back.
No. They reformed for like a half of a second. We're based on where is it? Son of a bitch.
You say damn it, Bobby, in that voice.
Oh, damn it, Bobby. You see that? How he turns the wheel? Now that's an athlete. What?
Oh, I was on. Oh, who was? I think it was Brimbleby. I was watching, and I think she has the redeem for like Hank Hill going. Whoa!
Oh yeah,
yeah. Which I just couldn't get enough of. I can't get enough of King of the Hill in general. I really enjoy that show.
I haven't seen all of it. I've seen a good amount of King of the Hill. I just don't.
I think the humor comes off as more genuine than any of those other shows that followed. Like Family Guy, compared to like King of the Hill, that was like genuine fucking humor. You know?
In all fairness to Seth MacFarlane, Family Guy sucks.
Ooh.
Family Guy, can't stand it. There's a really good video essay I watched years ago about Family Guy. When Family Guy started, like the show to cutaway gag ratio was like maybe every 7 minutes or so there would be a cutaway gag. And I think it devolved to the point where now it's like every minute and a half to 2 minutes on average.
Yeah, it got a lot. Yeah. I don't know. When you're a kid, you're like, all that stuff's really funny. And then as I got older, I like kind of grew out of Family Guy. And I was like, this isn't really, it's not nuanced enough, maybe. I don't know. It's just.
I'm too pretentious for Family Guy.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. But Crash Bandicoot, hand it over, right?
It's just okay. So Seth MacFarlane's been a part of some really great stuff. Like when he first got started, he was writing for like Johnny Bravo and Cow and Chicken and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And then
good shows. Good
yeah,
shows.
absolutely. And then he got his job. He like pitched Family Guy to Fox or whatever, or whatever channel it was on first. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it was Adult Swim first, then Fox. Just because I remember they had like a joke about, oh, Fox bought us now. Like, I don't know, it was some funny joke about like, oh, the people at Fox didn't like this, but they renewed us for another season, so here we are. Something cheeky like
yeah,
that he put in one of the episodes, but I don't know which order it was in.
me neither.
So,
Me neither.
The Simpsons has been going forever too, though. Like,
Yeah,
aren't they still going?
I don't. Yeah, I haven't seen an episode of The Simpsons since like 2011.
I haven't seen one since. Oh, I was 15, 16 the last time I saw an episode. I don't want to give the context. The Simpsons was a background setting to something else that was going on in the room at the time.
I saw
Anyway,
a TikTok the other day, and it said, "What song have you gotten railed to the most?" And this chick played the Office theme song. She's literally the meme. It's like Netflix. Are you still watching Somebody's Daughter? She's somebody's daughter.
Happy Mother's Day.
But no, what I wanted to say about Seth MacFarlane is so like a Family Guy I don't like, but American Dad I think is fantastic.
American Dad. I never watched too many episodes, but whenever I catch it, I get really sucked into it. Like,
I have seen every episode of American Dad at least once.
do we have to tier list like animated sitcoms though? Is that like the next?
We can do whatever.
What's the next tier list? I swear I'll be on time to this next one. I think I was asleep for part of the last one. But if we plan it, I'll be there. Because I think there's a lot of one thing I will never talk about, and even if it's on a tier list, it goes in like F tier or below. Big Mouth. You're fucking
Really?
gross. Fucking gross.
Okay.
Yeah, it's animated. I get it, but those are fucking kids, man. Like, it bothers me. It makes me feel ill.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but I also know I was younger when it came out, and when it first came out, I didn't really think about that. I was just like, "Oh, this is kind of puberty. What's happening to my body?" But like now, whatever. It's all good. I'd also like to thank everybody who was chilling in my server as I watched Judge Judy the other day. Since we're talking about like daytime TV, like it went from like Judge Judy to The People's Court, and then it like devolved into like Dads Against Predators we were watching. I don't want to say devolved. I like those guys a lot. I really like what they do. But like it's super cool to like sit and watch like old TV with everybody. Oh, you think there's like a tier list for like court shows?
I don't think there's an audience for a tier list for court shows.
Well, not that part. I just like if I wanted to do my own personal tier list, not for stream or anything, just like
that website that I used for the horror movie one, you can make your own.
Oh, okay. I'm just thinking like there's enough Judge shows, but they're all, they're in the category I call trash TV, not because I think the quality is bad, but because like trashier people, quote unquote, are usually the
subjects
of the episode. Yes, yeah. Oh, that was gross.
Bro, you're out of fucking focus.
Well, you drive a Ford Focus, so I don't want to hear it. I have no idea if you do. You drive a Ford something else, though, right?
I do.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
I drive a Fusion.
Fusion, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend drives the Focus.
Ah, okay. I see. I drive a Chevrolet Cruze, and it's nice. It's a nice ride.
I'm glad you still like it.
Yeah, so is the loan company.
Oh. Got him. Dude, I've got 2 car payments left, and then this car is mine forever.
Hey. Love to hear it. Oh, but I do love my car. Bright red and all.
Real adult shit. Oh, speaking of real adult shit, I'm wearing my Yu Yu Hakusho t-shirt.
I was going to bring that up. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Kuwabara? Is that what made you think about it?
No, it was always out of focus, but I could just tell I'm very used to those characters. Can't read them at all, but those specific characters, I'm like, oh, Yu Yu Hakusho. Got it. Understood.
Hell yeah. Love me some Yusuke, bro.
Yeah. I need to get I'm looking at your tattoos right now, and I'm like, the only tattoos I want are like a Crash Bandicoot and Spyro sleeve down one of my arms. I think it'd be dope as hell. I've seen it, like with the Aku Aku mask and different. I like it a lot. A sleeve is a lot of time and a lot of money, a lot of sitting there.
It's really not that much time.
No?
No, I think you don't do it all in one sitting. It's usually about 4 hours at a time, and usually tattoo artists are pretty cool. They're fun to talk to.
Yeah. Well, they're stabbing you.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it takes forever.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. It'd probably take like maybe 10 to 12 hours to do a whole sleeve, and that's like on the long end.
I feel like tattoos, I haven't gotten one yet. I feel like it's going to go one of two ways. Either I'm going to be like, thanks, I hate it because I didn't like the feeling, or I'm going to love the art so much that I'm going to want to get like my whole body done eventually. And like, tattoos look cool as hell, man. I mean, when you grow up in church, they're very like anti-tattoo. They're like, no, your body is sacred. And I'm like, fuck you, I'm eating Cheetos. And it's like, oh, yes, so sacred.
Your body's sacred, says the alcoholic to the 10-year-old.
Oh.
That wasn't a pedophile joke.
No.
It was an alcoholism
I get it.
joke.
No, I get it. Yeah, no, I was just going, oh, hell yeah. No, I didn't think it was. I just, wow. Hitting it, going for it, going deep there. Wow.
Well, there's a lot of irony.
That's facts. Yeah, I know for sure.
Anyway.
Got any cutaway gags for us, Sonny?
Okay. So you asked me that. I recently watched like a Family Guy cutaway gag compilation.
Uh-huh.
And it like wasn't intentional. I think I woke up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it had that fucking cutaway gag where it's like, now here is Russian cutaway gag. And it's just that like porcupine that's like, like just yelling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the first thing that popped in my head. But I'm like, political climate.
Speaking
Can't really be talking about fucking Russia.
Yeah. Speaking of waking up to things that you didn't really choose. One of the biggest disappointments I had this month that just started. Fell asleep watching the good old Judge Judy, reruns and stuff on YouTube. Woke up, paternity court. So disappointing.
Oh, yeah. I thought, so you said paternity court, and my mind went Maury Povich.
Similar, but like more trash. I've been on a kick with fun. With these shows, man, that were just on when I stayed home from school.
I thought you were going to say, I've been on paternity court.
Yes, man. Me and all of my, hey, if you think you're the mother of my child, don't email milktownpod because I won't believe you.
Especially if you email the podcast email.
Are we going to start giving a list of don'ts to the podcast email?
That seems like some very Adult Swim type shit to do, and I'm down for that. I love Adult Swim so much. The way that they advertise makes me happy.
Adult Swim makes it worth learning how to read. Let me put it that way. I love their like white text over black background stuff.
Yes.
It's so unique when you think about it. It's like very simple, but like very effective. Like I'll never forget. Like
that's why I do the Instagram video memes the way that I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's it's black background with white text, but you still see the video behind it.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. I fuck with Adult Swim very hard. Actually, have you talked to Frosty lately? Has he told you anything about what I've said?
I've talked to Frosty lately, but he hasn't told me anything about what you said.
Do you remember that fucking Adult Swim song that played in the commercials?
Yeah.
I sent that to Frosty and I was like, how confident are you that you could make something that brings this level of height? 10 to 15 seconds long. because I want a song specifically for Milktown. I want to upload it as an audio file that
Hell
people
yeah.
can use for TikTok and Instagram reels.
Yeah,
And then like make it like Adult Swim
Hell
level
yeah.
advertising.
Definitely, dude, for sure. I'd be with it. I just love the simplicity of like white over black. I don't know. On a in text on a shirt. Don't out of context me, damn it. If Co-ops was here, he would. Speaking of Co-ops out of contexting me, there's a clip of me on Twitch, I haven't taken it down yet, where I'm explaining in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time that I prefer to do the dungeons where he's a kid over the dungeons where he's an adult. But the way it came out of my mouth was not that way. The way it came out of my mouth was, man, those child dungeons, they were great. Loved everything about them. Mister comes in and clips that shit. I'm on someone else's stream. They're like, let's give Nostalgia a shout out. Lo and behold, what clip pops up? Oh, those child dungeons, so great. And they just made like a face like, ugh. And I'm like, God damn it. So I still got to take that down at some point. But it's so funny, not because of the content of the joke, but because it was specifically clipped by Mister. So it's special to me. But yeah, speaking of Twitch clips, I got to get on those. Like, when I started Twitch, I had a lot of them. And now, I never made my own. I had people who would just find stuff funny and do it. Now I have to like buckle down and make my own. And I'm so lazy.
I feel that I've really been too busy to do a damn thing. Like I make time for this because I really enjoy doing it, and it's like super rewarding for me.
Yeah,
more rewarding than Twitch has been so far.
that's fair enough.
So
That's
it's
valid.
like, so I focus my effort here, and like I just run the Discord server for the other streamers. Like it's whatever.
Yeah.
Until I can get help at my real job that actually makes me genuine money, like I have to really focus my efforts one way or the other.
Right.
Like I want to be back on Twitch and streaming again so bad. But it's like I'll come home from work and I can't even like bring myself to go to the gym because my brain is so fucking fried.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my job. And it takes less brain power, but it's the monotony of everything that's like. At first, I thought you were going to. I imagined a scenario in which you were like, I'm just too busy to do anything. And you took off your headphones, got up out of your chair, and just left me here alone with the podcast.
How great would that have been?
That would have been fucking
Establish
hilarious.
a new Milktown meta. They'd be like, "Where did Sonny go? He's actually missing. Have you seen him?"
We could do like a it's on the tip of my tongue. There was an interactive like worldwide game of like it was called something city, and basically you got all these cards to help you locate these people. Long story short, there's a unsolved card that goes like find this man, and there's a picture of some guy. No one's ever found him. Like it's a big deal. Austin McConnell, who's from your neck of the woods, did a YouTube video about it. Love that guy. I'd love to meet him. He's like one YouTube person I would definitely enjoy meeting. That dude held a conference at like a convention or something about YouTube and nobody showed up. So he made a YouTube. He was like, this YouTube video was going to be about the conference. But since nobody showed up, I held the conference anyway. And it's like his wife is in the audience and he just filmed the whole thing of him giving like the seminar with nobody there. And he was like, who here has a YouTube channel? And like empty crowd just.
That's funny.
But he's so fucking great. He's hilarious. He's currently, I think I brought this up, but he's doing a bargain bin comic book cinematic universe.
Yes.
It's like of a bunch of superheroes that, weren't super popular. You were telling me about Speedball, right?
Yeah.
Was that the same?
Yeah.
Kinky. So kinky.
Speedball who became Penance, yes.
Yes, Penance. Sorry, yes.
I think it's Penance. I said that last episode and I didn't fact check it.
Aw, I love your fact checks. Like, I go to check, because I take the audio and put it up to YouTube. And you'll have already, have all the fact check information in there. Fun fact, what was it? Like Friday, not Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street did have, a rotating, room or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, nice. This man's out here fact checking and stuff.
I try to do a good job. I don't want to be spewing misinformation.
Yeah.
But yeah, Speedball did become Penance eventually.
That's so dark. I don't even know. Out loud, I feel like those two things the word speedball and penance wouldn't be used in the same sentence. So it's really weird that that they exist.
Do you want to take a guess on when Speedball was created, just as a hero?
1974. Higher?
Yeah.
Okay. 1986.
That's very close. 88.
88. Okay. So closer.
First appeared in The Amazing Spider-Man number 22.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The Amazing Spider-Man who originally appeared in... He's like a one-off comic.
And Daredevil was in that issue.
Dude, we gotta get our hands on this issue.
I wonder how much it's worth.
Also, Milktown comic book when?
We still need a waifu mascot first.
True. Yeah, no, that's like top tier. Top of the needs list. Waifu, yaoi, comic book.
Definitely
profit,
some
I guess.
yaoi. Yaoi, semicolon, comic book.
It's a semicolon. Because it's a pause, but not the end of a sentence. I think that's like a pretty common tattoo, right? To get on your wrist, like the semicolon.
Yeah, it's to raise awareness for suicide. And
I see. I didn't know what the actual meaning was. So that's why when I said it, I was like, what does that mean? Okay.
Oh my god, that comic is worth so much money.
Is it really?
Oh wait, those are the mint ones. Those are graded 9.8.
Yeah.
But even then, those prices are really different.
I was listening to like a video essay on the Black Lotus.
Okay.
For Magic the Gathering, and the alpha and beta sets are worth, like, not the sets, just like the single card is worth so much. For some reason, in my whole time of playing Magic the Gathering, I knew Black Lotus was like top tier, really expensive. Didn't know why. Finally looked at the actual effect of the card, and it lets you draw 3 cards for literally nothing. It has no cost to play, and it just gives you a 3-card advantage. So I was like, oh. So like Pot of Greed, but even worse. Wonderful. So Pot of Greed didn't get played in Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't play a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Growing up. I watched the anime, though.
I still play Yu-Gi-Oh! Our friend, do you see that our friend, he changed his Twitch name? His Twitch name now is Ronnie Ron Rondo.
But it used to be Rondo Killed Cancer, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, love that guy.
But our friend Rondo, he hosted a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament last night on Master Duel.
How'd that go?
He said it was fun. I didn't get to partake. Obviously, I was watching the new Doctor Strange movie.
Gotcha. Pokemon, out of the 3, was the one I was really never played. Like, I've never played the card game for Pokemon.
Oh, I thought you were saying like the video game for Pokemon.
Oh, the video games, yeah, but okay, so the video games, I don't like turn-based RPGs. And in essence, that's what Pokemon is. Like, it's another turn-based, like, I get the appeal, I guess, of taking turns to attack, but like, I don't like it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Just don't fucking like it. And everybody's like, how dare you game, go to hell. And I'm like,
okay, so for someone who loves D&D as much as they do, how can you not like a turn-based attack system?
It's not the same thing.
It's the same!
It's not the same thing!
Oh. It's so frustrating.
D&D is human interaction. I don't like a computer just sitting there. It's not the same thing. It doesn't feel the same. You look upset. It doesn't feel the same to me, okay? I'm sorry.
What?
It doesn't feel that. If you're looking at D&D as a turn-based RPG, you're not playing the game right.
That's essentially what the attack system is. Almost all fantasy role-playing video games are based on the D&D combat system, where even though it may not seem like it's turn-based, like the success ratio and the critical ratio and everything, yeah, it's modified now to not be like, God, because it's not the fucking 1980s. Like, they want it to look like a movie. I get it.
I know. I just
okay.
I don't enjoy it. I don't. I never have. Love D&D because there's role-playing elements more so. I don't feel as connected to my character in a video game as I do when I'm playing D&D. I just don't. Like, I pick my trainer in Pokemon. It doesn't feel the same as like building my character's backstory and playing. It's different.
So
I don't know.
You're telling me that you never wanted to be in the Pokemon universe and be a trainer?
Not really, no.
Then that's why you don't like the game. Because here's my thing. I understand it's not a great combat system. Like it's very repetitive. Like yeah, level up, learn the moves, attack, status effect, whatever.
Uh-huh.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking game with a different skin. Whatever. I'm 26 years old.
Okay, yeah.
And every time a new Pokemon game comes out, I'm immediately 10 years old again. Because I'm like, I want to be a Pokemon trainer. Not even that, but so much so that I nickname every Pokemon that I catch.
I know a lot of people do that. Yeah, no, I'm not shitting on other people. I just haven't put myself in. I haven't put myself in the trainer's shoes, is what you're saying.
I also don't pay attention to. I don't know what, like, I guess strengths and weaknesses. Like I don't.
Oh, so you're like Ash, catch him, like actually just throwing your damn mons in there and just fucking going for it.
Yeah, I take the Pokemon that I like the most and I make a team out of them.
Cool.
For example, like my Sword and Shield team was, I had a Gengar, I had a Miltank after the DLC came out, I had a Slowbro, the Galarian Slowbro.
Uh-huh.
I had a Gothitelle and a Goodra. And who was my 6? I don't remember who my 6 was.
Huh.
But yeah, I also like, I don't catch the legendaries to keep them. I catch the legendaries to complete the Pokedex and then I release them. Because in my head, I'm playing that game, I'm living in the role. Why should a 10-year-old have God in his pocket?
No, I vibe with you there. I get it. Like I understand the appeal. I just maybe I don't know. I've never thought of D&D the same way I think of the combat system is the same. Essentially, I just don't think of it the same way. I don't know. It's the same reason like I don't play half of the
theater of the mind.
Yeah, I don't play half of the Final Fantasy games either for that same. But I do enjoy Kingdom Hearts because it's not turn-based. You still have your menu and your abilities. I liken playing D&D more to Kingdom Hearts because there's that flexibility of everything feels more real-time. When I play D&D, even though it's not real-time, it feels that way. Like, yeah, behind everything is ones and zeros, and it's like, this will do this and status effects. But I don't feel that way when I'm playing Kingdom Hearts. I'm rolling around. I'm Sora. I'm hitting shit with my Keyblade. I know Thunder. Donald, you fucking passed out again. You're not healing me. Like, I don't know. But the combat system isn't that different. You're right. I don't know what it is. I don't know what my problem is. Comment on YouTube. What do you think Nate's problem is?
It's probably some fucking bitch.
Oh my god. Okay. Didn't say all that.
No, I honestly think it's because D&D is that sort of theater of the mind where you experience it the way that you want to see it.
Right.
Whereas any game that you play in a visual medium, like you are confined to the limits of what has been created for you visually.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, there's a reason that tabletop's always going to be better. That and the flexibility of like, in a video game, the programming is your DM, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you ask it, can I jump up this wall? And it goes, no, you can't. If you're playing D&D and you're like, can I jump up this wall? And it's like, I don't know, fucking can you?
Figure it out, yeah. One of my favorite D&D moments was, I don't remember what monster we were fighting, but it was like water-based and it was chilling in like this gigantic swimming pool. And I was like, so like, what kind of swimming pool is this? Is it, because it was nighttime, it was indoors, you know, I'm like, is there a light? And the DM slips up and goes, oh yeah, there's light in it. I said, I want to shoot the light. And we electrocuted this motherfucker to death in his own swimming pool. It was really cool. It felt really good. I felt really, really powerful. That was a campaign we did instead of prom. I didn't go to my prom. I played D&D instead.
I wish that I would have played D&D instead of going to my prom.
And my brother, it's funny because before I left, my brother would make fun of me for playing tabletop stuff, board game stuff. He'd be like, "That's all really nerdy and that sucks." Since I left, the dude does nothing but text me going, "My friends and I are playing D&D this week. Like, what tips you got?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh. See, you came around. And now who's the loser?" Hopefully nobody. You shouldn't feel like a loser for enjoying things.
No, definitely not.
I always told my brother that. I'm like, you should always be allowed to enjoy, legal things. Like, don't be weird, but like, be weird, but don't be weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't go to prison. How about that? But yeah, I feel like anybody who makes fun of people for enjoying things pisses me off to no end. Just because I went through so much of it in like middle school, it was just like, and all that for it to become like the cool thing to do. Like I remember getting bullied for enjoying like D&D and stuff in like middle school, and just like tabletop games and shit like that, and video games. And now those same assholes who bullied me are like, "Oh, check me at my local game store. Hashtag no deodorant. Hashtag haven't showered in weeks." And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Relax a little bit, okay? Maybe still wear deodorant. But enjoy what you're going to enjoy. Everybody wear deodorant if you can. If it's against your beliefs, then I guess don't. But try to smell good for your fellow player.
Have I told you that I'm allergic to blue deodorant?
I am also allergic to...
Are you fucking for real right now?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I forgot and I bought the blue stuff instead of the powder stuff I usually buy.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of the white. And I broke out all the way down my armpit.
Oh, lights up my armpit like the 4th of July.
It sets it on fire.
It's so hot.
It's so awful. It's like, I can't believe I did this to myself again. Yeah. Yeah, no, me too.
That's so ridiculous.
It's like, fuck. Yeah, so I feel that. It hurt. It's some of the worst burning I've ever had. Save for like chafing, because I'm a thick-thighed motherfucker.
Same.
But like, those two things are some of the worst pain. I get migraines too. Top 3, like, deodorant allergy and chafing are in like tier 1. Migraines are up there in tier 1 also.
Like most painful.
And then there's like, yeah, and then there's like biting your cheek and rebiting it, which is like tier 2.
It's A tier pain for sure.
Yeah. Stubbing your toe on the bed frame in the dark is like it's like a minus 1 HP moment that people post about on the internet sometimes. Like, what do you do during your day that'll like take away 1 HP? And I'm like, stubbing your toe, biting your tongue, drinking hot chocolate when it's a little too hot, like shit like that. That's just like
randomly rolling your ankle.
Oh God! Did I tell you my how I sprained my ankle in MMA?
No.
Doing a backflip and landing on the right ankle sideways. I thought I had broken it. I wish I had, because at least the adrenaline would have kept me good. I only sprained it. So I felt all of it. It was awful. I still cringe now just because you're cringing. I've never seen you make that face before.
I don't think I've ever made that face before.
That was the new face for me.
I look like that 1990s the McDonald's moon.
Speaking of McDonald's, we were trying to figure out what the hell Grimace was at work on like Thursday at lunch. Because, you have like Ronald McDonald, the Hamburglar is obviously like a burglar. The Fry Kids are kids. What the fuck is Grimace, bro?
And not only that, you got Mayor McCheese.
Yeah, exactly. What is Grimace? Someone we were looking it up. Some people said he's supposed to be a taste bud. I don't buy that. What is Grimace? He's a monster, obviously, but like, he's big and purple. And are you looking up what Grimace is right now?
Of course, I'm looking up what Grimace is right now. Also, what's up with like amorphous, colorful beings being like all starting with G? You've got Grimace, you've got Gossamer from Looney Tunes.
Gossamer, yeah. The
Philadelphia Flyers mascot is Gritty.
Does the Grinch count? He's not really amorphous though. He definitely has a humanoid. Mr. Grinch.
You know who sings that?
No.
Boris Karloff, fucking Frankenstein.
That's fucking awesome. Pentatonics has a good cover of that.
Pentatonics, is that what you said?
Yeah. Yep. they got a new bass, and he's like the lead in that song, and he's really good. Man's got range. I love a bass singer with some range. I'm a baritone, and my range is like, it's expanded a lot, but it's not where I want it to be. It's expanded to where I could sing Disney male songs in the original keys. That's it. It's the best I could do for you. But yeah, are you figuring out what Grimace is by any chance? I want to say he's like a nugget, but it doesn't feel right. You look so concerned, like taken over with curiosity. Yeah, are we not getting a concise answer on what Grimace is?
He's not anything. It literally even says indeterminate species.
What? What are you, Grimace, please?
Dude, Grimace has been voiced by Frank Welker and Kevin Michael Richardson.
I didn't know Grimace was voiced by anybody.
Kevin Michael Richardson is one of my favorite versions of the Joker.
Is he not your favorite version of Grimace as well?
I don't know. I love me some Frank Welker, dude.
Okay.
Do you know that in the voice acting industry, the distance that you're supposed to be from a microphone is like that, right?
Yeah.
So microphone's supposed to be like right here.
Like where I am right now.
They call that a Welker, that distance.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, Kevin Michael Richardson, he was the Joker in Batman.
The Adam West one?
No, it's the one that looks like Jackie Chan Adventures.
Are we talking animated right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know which Batman. Is that Beyond? That's not Beyond.
No.
You didn't. It was Beyond the one that you had like the DVDs for, or was it like the animated series?
It was Batman. It was Batman the animated series. It might be the Batman. Yeah, it was the Batman show.
Interesting. Okay.
From 2004. Awesome show.
04. I was a solid 5 years old.
It's tight. You should look it up. You should, if you don't watch any of the show, watch the. They made a movie called The Batman versus Dracula.
Okay.
And Tom Kenny, he voices the Penguin.
Oh, then I'm in. I fucking love Tom Kenny. Can we wait? Did you say Batman and Dracula?
Yeah.
Can we talk about how many crossovers like Scooby-Doo has? Tangent here, dude. Yeah. Like the entirety of the WWE roster has been on Scooby-Doo.
Really?
Like, yeah, they have a WWE crossover, which is great. They do so many crossovers. It's like,
well, I remember the one where they met Kiss.
Yeah, and then they met. Who was that? The one band, the girl band.
That's the Hex Girls.
Yeah, that wasn't a crossover though, right?
The Hex Girls but the Hex Girls definitely inspired the sexuality that I have for the rest of my life.
How bold of you!
Starting at age 6, I knew that I wanted alternative eco-terrorist goth girls.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that. Wow, you just totally threw me off after that. I was not expecting. You're not wrong, but I wasn't expecting that response, I guess, is what I meant to say. Have you seen Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase?
Cyber Chase, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I had the board game. There was a board game that came out for it. We had it. Yeah, the Cyber Chase was a good one. I love Scooby-Doo, for the most part. There are some weird iterations, but like mostly solid stuff.
I love most Scooby-Doo stuff, for real.
Everybody wanted to like buy a bus or buy a van and then paint it like the Mystery Machine. Let's go.
I don't know anyone that wanted to do that.
I knew quite a few people, but also a lot of people are buying old school buses to like renovate into like mobile homes.
Yeah,
because there's so much space.
Yeah,
I saw that, which is interesting. I mean, it's better than just throwing them all away, right?
Yeah, I mean it's true. I'm looking at like all the Scooby-Doo crossovers right now. I heard about the one where like they were on an episode of Supernatural, but I never saw it.
Huh. Speaking of school buses, I think the book's called Into the Wild or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about that Christopher McCandless guy who like ripped up his Social Security guard and like just roughed it all the way. made it to Alaska and then like died. In the movie it says it's a school bus. I don't remember if the book said that, but like in the movie they find him on
It's a school bus.
on a bus, yeah, and he ate some bad food and like died. It was like some poisonous something or other, berries I think or something.
It was a plant that he shouldn't.
Yeah, and that was a crazy. The movie is pretty good, but that book was crazy. I remember that. I was looking. Speaking of books, I was looking into like what it would take to like buy the Narnia set. Not too bad. Even hardcover is only like $50 or something like that. And for a set of books, that's not too bad. I might just get them and then reread them again because
you can get the audiobook for free.
Is it on
Audible?
Okay, not sponsored.
We are also on Audible though. So.
Oh, okay. Little small.
Like weirdly enough,
yeah.
because we post to Amazon.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
Through that, it also goes to Audible.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I guess I could listen to them. That'd be something to do while I work. I'm doing that this week. I'm getting Audible. I'm running out of stuff to watch. Trash TV is only going to go so far. I kind of want to listen to the Narnia books. Do you get to choose your narrator?
No.
Okay. Hopefully I get some like wise British guy who like knows things and stuff. But I don't know.
I mean, they have different versions of it, but the free one is just whoever it is. If you're going to start listening to books at work, you should also just completely listen to all of the Dark Tower series by Stephen King because I love it and no one ever wants to talk with me about it.
All right, you have to like message me these individual. I do better with messages and not on Instagram because clearly I don't do well enough with those.
You don't check your fucking Instagram.
I finally texted you back on Instagram and you were like, dude, there's like 7,000 hours worth of content. Scroll up.
Yeah. I've sent you so much shit.
I used to be on Instagram a lot more. I just don't know.
And speaking of harassing people on the internet.
Oh, no. That's not a speaking of. That's not a segue thing.
Dude, I've been messaging just random celebrities. Like, come on my podcast.
And then come on me.
Like legit random celebrities.
I want Keith David. Please.
I mean, we could always try for it, but he's still in pretty high demand.
No shit.
I messaged I messaged Cleo Thomas from Holes. I messaged Ian Sinclair, who plays Whis in Dragon Ball Super and Space Dandy, amongst other things. Brooks from One Piece. I messaged Anna Brisbane. I also made that meme on Instagram about trying to get Anna Brisbane in here. She's a Twitch streamer, but she's also like a famous voice actor now.
Have you messaged Chloe Grace Moretz yet?
No, but you know who I did message that I want so bad for this one to happen?
What?
Austin St. John.
I know that name, but I don't know from where.
No, you should know that name. Because that's motherfucking Jason from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I do know that name. All right.
Yeah, I messaged Jason from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I'm still waiting on a response. I really want him to come on the podcast. Like in the worst way.
The worst way?
If time travel ever becomes possible, and somehow they're like, all right, you can go back, you can talk with like 4-year-old you for like 25 seconds. I would literally go back in time to myself at 4 years old, and I'd be like, you see that guy on TV right there? You watch him every day. One day you're going to be on the phone with him for an hour and a half.
Simply for the sake of going back in time and being like, you're going to meet your hero today, kid. Just
flexing on 4-year-old me. They'd be honestly, 4-year-old me would probably think I was my dad, just because like I'm a big bearded dude with tattoos. Like from a distance, I would look like my dad. I've been mistaken for my dad.
Weird
by strangers that I don't know.
That's weird because, given your situation, you would never really know too much.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, no. So my dad passed away when I was 3. So when people come up to me and they're like, "Are you Luke's boy?" I'm like, "Who the hell are you?"
right, yeah. No, I'm Goku, and I'm from Earth. Like,
Oh my god.
are you Bardock's boy? Kakarot. I don't know who this Kakarot is. I'm Sonny Says Stuff. I'm from Earth.
Carrot cake.
Kaka Krabby Patty.
Virginia.
My god. Now I'm just picturing you as Goku. We could put any wig on you that we wanted to.
Speaking of Dragon Ball stuff, so our friend Raven the Kid, he had a powerlifting meet today.
Yeah.
I don't know how he finished yet. I don't even know if it's over. I went for a little bit. My social battery kind of ran out, and it didn't really hit me until after I went to get food that I was like, yeah, I'm not going back. So I don't know how he finished. When I left, he was first in his class. So
Oh hell yeah.
I
know he's been kicking ass. Like, he's been working real hard for it.
Yeah, he's been working really hard. And then after today, he'll be back streaming regularly again too, because he's been focusing all his effort into that. So
I remember the night he came home and he was like, "Oh, they talking shit. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him now." And I was like, "Oh, get him, bro! Like, do it."
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he's doing it.
He went out and squatted 565 pounds today. He is 5'4".
I didn't know he was that short.
I don't know if he's 5'4". I know he's shorter than I am, and I'm not the tallest guy. I'm like 5'9".
I also want to give a little congratulations to a streamer I know. Kermit Face Creates just like graduated with fucking honors.
Oh,
like, she got her letter that she got fucking honors. So congratulations, man. That's some hard work right there.
Yeah, congratulations. Yay!
The Kermit.
Congratulations! You did a great job at school!
Yeah. And in another week, not a streamer, but one of the people who watches me often, Opalopolis, will have finished and graduated. So a lot of graduates this upcoming. Also, to my future brother-in-law who just had his white coat ceremony. Congratulations. A lot of people are just fucking kicking ass right now. And I'm over here making Bandicoot videos and shit. But I'm proud of them. They're kicking ass.
Yeah, I just bought my first lawnmower.
That's actually an achievement. You're a fucking adult.
It's electric.
Oh. So no gas, just charge that bad boy, huh?
No gas, no oil. It runs on like a power tool battery that is huge.
Have you ever handled like a whatever they call it to till the land, like a tiller, like it just shreds up the dirt and rocks to make the land usable?
Oh, it just shreds up the dirt. Yeah, like an electric tiller.
That really got me good. I was it's fun to use. He's like, "Hey, also don't run over the cord unless you really like eating electricity." I'm like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah. I've
when the damn engineer tells you, "Hey, don't run over the cord," you listen and you don't run over the cord.
Yeah. So I used to work for it was basically like a little rental store. But they rented out like a bunch of like stuff that you wouldn't want to buy, like tools and equipment, because it's expensive to buy and own. So like I've handled a lot of stuff like that, like tillers, aerators, like tile saws and stuff like that. Like I have knowledge of how these things run probably more than the average person because I've dealt with them all.
Right.
I used to also help repair the like chainsaws and shit while I was there. So like I know a little bit about fixing chainsaws. I couldn't fix a car. I could fix a chainsaw. I've never even run a chainsaw. I can start it and make sure it runs right, but I've never actually cut anything with a chainsaw.
Speaking of like gardening, our onions are starting to sprout. I already said that, but I'm so happy. I needed some good news this weekend, all right? The onion sprouting, hell yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
We got onions, carrots, tomatoes, jalapenos, so we're about to make a mean salsa.
Greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes.
Ham. You name it! You okay?
Were you just quoting Prof?
I don't think so.
The rapper Prof?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Sometimes I quote things without knowing.
Okay.
What is this, an interrogation? Gosh.
Where were you the night of the 14th?
I don't know about that. I can tell you where I was if you'd remember. The 21st night of September. I could tell you where I was then.
Chasing the clouds away? No, what was I was gonna look up what the 14th was. I want to see what that was exactly last month. It was a Thursday.
Thursday.
What are you, some type of wise guy?
Judge Judy doesn't put up with wise guys. She'll tell you.
It's true. She does not fuck around.
No. She gets to the relevant information. If you do any type of filibustering in her courtroom, you're going to pay for it. She'll be like, what day was that? And they'll be like, well, I was walking my dog first. And she goes, I said, what day was it? I don't give a fuck about your dog. So, good old Judy. She has her own show now. A different show now. She already had her own show, obviously. But called Judy Justice. But I won't watch it because she doesn't have her bailiff back. She doesn't have Bird anymore. It's some newer, younger dude. Which I'm sure he's a great guy, but he's no Bird. Just saying.
New model year came out on bailiffs. Had to get
the
updated version.
Is this Detroit Become Human? Have you played Detroit Become Human?
No, I haven't.
It's a crazy game.
Was that okay? Was Detroit made by the people that made like Heavy Rain?
Similar. I think the genre is at least the same. I don't know if it's the same creator. Very good game. Waiting for that sequel still.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I have it. I got it when it was free.
I have
on
it for the PS4. Yeah. Cherry I played together, and you got to play it, man. It's good. They were originally developing it for like PS3, but it was like right at where the line was between 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it ended up coming out for 4, and then eventually it came to PC. And it's a good game, though. You should play it. I don't think there's any zombies in it.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, there's a scene, and it's kind of like a graveyardish scene, but it's not zombies in the traditional sense. They're like robot parts. Anyway, you'll get there when you get there. It's great. It's a good game. It's a good game. You should play it. Long story short, play games. Get money.
I'll add it to the list.
Oh God, what's on the list? Sonic 06.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Leisure Suit Larry.
That's kind of the list so far. It's just Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Do it. Play it.
Maybe I will. I don't have a Nintendo 64.
That could be a problem. I'm hoping my birthday is coming up in like a month. A month from the 16th, my birthday. So June 16th. I'm thinking of getting a PS3 because I have all these PS3 games that I want to play. Also, the best version of Jak and Daxter is on PS3. It's the best way to play those games. Also, I wanted to get the original Ratchet and Clank trilogy because I want to play those. I want to play all that shiz.
I was thinking about a PS3 the other day, but it wasn't because like I have anything that I want necessarily. But I saw this video. I play a lot of sports games. The last like college basketball game that they made was 2010. So it came out on PS3, and on the PS3 version of that game, you can mod into the PS3 files.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically like I don't remember exactly what it does, but like it gives you access to like a bunch of really like I don't remember exactly what it is. I think it basically allows you to like really completely overhaul what they have, and it's already like some of the best. It's one of the better versions of that game. So I don't know. I'll probably wind up cutting that whole bit of conversation out. TBH. Hi everybody, Editor Sunny here, and as you can see, I did not cut out that bit of conversation, and that's because of what Nate says here.
Speaking of sports games, there was a time on eBay where I bought a copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. that they advertised for the PS2. That's what the ad said on eBay. I buy it, and it's the PS1 version, and I am crushed. They do not play remotely the same. Looks really, yeah, like the PS2 is backwards compatible, so yes, the PS1 game functioned on the PS2. So ugly, so bad, such a bad time. I like left a review, and the eBayer was like, please change review to good review. And I went, no, man, like, I was trying to be amicable, but like, he wasn't coming at me nice. He was just like, I don't know. I was already irritated with the game quality. I guess I was a little bit of a nostalgic Karen there, but it was just like, you know, and it wasn't like a terrible review. I didn't like, I was just like, did like a 4-star or 3-star because I was just like, that's such a bummer. Like, I read eBay reviews in depth and all that. So I'm like, I hope to know what I'm getting. Then I bought the actual PS2 version. It was great.
Is that the one that's right there behind Spyro?
Oh no, this is an art. That is a wooden board with painted art. That's the painted box art of, I picked that up as a secondhand store. I was like, are you selling that? And he went, yeah. We're like, he charged me like $20 for it. I was like, I'll take it. So no, that's not a game. That's legitimate, like, painted art of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. But yes,
okay.
it is the same game. Yep.
You know, that's probably not actually painted art.
Not painted in the traditional sense. I'm not saying hand painted. I just made that symbol. No, it was likely printed with technology.
Printed with technology.
Yeah. No, I don't think anyone hand painted that. That'd be nuts. Any thoughts to add?
No, I stay away from thoughts.
Well, that's a different conversation for a different town.
Different town?
This is Milktown. Not a...
Oh, okay. So I did have a thought.
Oh, no. Oh, did you now?
Yeah, surprisingly. In my head, I've been picturing Milktown as like a Midwestern city.
Mm-hmm.
But it occurred to me, like, it doesn't have to be that.
I was thinking, like, bustling metropolis.
Dude, what about, like, Neo Bowser City?
Yo, wait a minute. I like that idea better.
Right?
Why not?
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Milktown no longer is a Midwestern little boom town.
I think you're just telling yourself that in your head. I don't know what everybody thought it was. Can we have like our own, instead of like Midnight Club, can it be like Milk Night Club?
I almost made that joke earlier.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. Milk Night Club. No, okay. If you are listening to this, do not start street racing and do not affiliate yourself with. We have not instructed you to do any street racing. I want to make that abundantly clear.
I want to make clear that Milktown was filmed on location by the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Oh my god.
Meet the defendant.
No! That was so good. He's accused of not pulling out.
For some reason, to me, that voice almost sounds like the Duke Nukem voice.
It is very close, yeah.
That's a lot of words. Too bad I'm not reading them.
I like Monster Hunter, but I can't play it because I don't want to hurt all the cute monsters. It's too much.
You showed me that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's too much. Milktown. It's too much. Also, I noticed that like podcasts have seasons. Are we going to have seasons?
I don't know.
Like how many episodes is a season? You know what I mean? Like every 10 episodes is that a new season?
Yeah, I have no idea, dude. I really haven't thought about it like that. Okay, here we go. I'm back on the what we wanted to talk about. I went back in the messages and found it. Oh yeah, I sent you that fucking shit. Dude, why can't we get the Magic Treehouse anime movie here in the United States?
Cause fuck us, that's why. I showed Cherry that shit. She was so excited. And I'm like, yeah, we don't have it here. And she's like, that really sucks because this is really adorable.
It looks cute as hell. I won't watch that. It looks cute as hell.
It's too much. The Magic Treehouse anime was accused of pulling out. Dun 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 dun.
Did you ever read the Magic Treehouse books?
Yeah, not all of them, but yeah, a good amount of them.
Dude, I think I read everything that was made up until like 2002 or 2003. And I guess now it's like doubled or quadrupled in the amount of publications that they've had. That's wild to me. Like Mary Pope Osborne is really just out there like exploiting parents.
Just going for it. Yeah, her and Chuck E. Cheese's and everyone else.
Dude, her and the Scholastic Book Fair are like just raking it in, bro.
Dude, they used to sell like video game guides. I'd never get them because we never got money for the book fair, but like, if only.
What a casual way to just throw in some childhood trauma. Yeah, I remember that fun stuff, but yeah, no, we just like, I would look at them and like daydream about fun stuff.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. That's facts, though.
The fun stuff.
That's facts, though.
Like, I get it. I've been there. But that's when you start bartering. I was a barterer. If I knew the book fair was coming up, I could at least have enough money for one book by the end of the week. Because I would start trading shit that I had that I wasn't using. Like, I don't know, I have 25 Hot Wheels. And then I'd trade it up to like something that was worth about $10, and then I would just sell it for $10.
Damn. Did I tell you about, I think I brought this up on the podcast, the Beyblade black market that I had going on.
You did tell us about the Beyblade black market. Beyblade black market. Beyblade black market.
We were in a grocery store today, and they had like the kids aisle with the toys and stuff, and I looked at the Beyblade. I picked it up, and I almost like bought it and like mailed it to my brother, because out of like guilt and shame, I was like, no, it can't be. Damn.
Maybe he's right.
I was going to say it, but I knew you
know.
would, so.
You started doing the voice. I knew it was going to be an issue.
An issue.
I enjoyed the book fair more than I should have. But I don't know if I've mentioned this to you, but like I read through my school and public library.
Yeah. You had told me that.
I loved reading. I still do. I just don't have the time to sit down and read. So I listen to shit so I can do other things.
I always swear to myself I love reading, and then I play a video game that requires some like small amount of reading, and I'm like, I'm gonna skip it, and then I look stupid when I can't figure out what to do.
My thing is it looks like I'm skipping, but I can really just read that fast.
I'm a really fast reader as well. Just don't always use it when I'm supposed to.
It almost sounds like we're having, like, look how fast I can read. I'm so fast. Like a 5-year-old type show-off argument.
Well, mine was like this big, and mine was like this big.
I don't even have to look at I can look at the whole page for a second, and I've read it. I've read the whole page.
Okay, well, my mom told me I have ultra instinct of reading. Huh? Beat that. Like Hot Wheels, which I have more than you, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, you may have more Hot Wheels, but my dad can beat up your dad.
Okay, but my dad works for Hot Wheels, and he owns Nintendo. So if your dad beats up my dad, you're never going to get Mother 3 for the US release. Oh, wait, we still don't have that.
Oh, my God. You said dad works for Nintendo.
He owns Nintendo.
Oh, my God.
You look so upset. I think I just ended the podcast. Can I stop you for a minute?
Dude, I was a compulsive liar as a kid.
No, what?
Like, no. But only for like a year. It was literally like, it was only until I started having real friends that I was a compulsive liar. I remember I went on a field trip to the post office, and they were explaining how like mail works. And they were like, let's see if everyone knows their address. What street do you live on? That type of shit. And we were like 5, so like the 2 kids that were next to me, they were like, I didn't know my address. I wasn't in like a good spot. Like my mom and I moved around a lot. I didn't know my address. And I don't even think I was in the right school district. Like I think I lived like 2 towns away, but because I had been going school there, my mom just kept me going school there. So yeah, I had no fucking idea. And the fucking people at the post office were like, all right, well, let's see if you know your address. What are your addresses? And the 2 kids next to me, one of them, he goes, yeah, I live on Pink Elephant Road. And then the next kid's like, I also live on Pink Elephant Road. And I was like, fuck it, man. I guess I live on Pink Elephant Road.
And they're like, we've never seen you there before. You never come to play outside.
Do you know how many fucking houses are on Pink Elephant Road?
2.
Just take a guess.
2. Not enough
there
for
you.
You.
There are 4 houses on Pink Elephant Road.
You're not one of them.
And I was not one of them. But ironically enough, my the sheriff of the town that I grew up in did live on that road, and he was my babysitter.
Close enough. Lucky you.
Yeah, which is hilarious to me that he, like, him and his wife were my babysitters, and my mom was in and out of jail.
So in a way, you kind of did live on Pink Elephant Road.
No, not really, because it's like, I don't know. She was done being in jail by the time they were my babysitter. Like, I would go over there to be watched.
Gotcha.
But the irony is hilarious to me.
I remember the day in elementary school where my teacher told everybody in class that I was the smartest one. What you should never do to your class, by the way. Not appropriate.
Oh, yeah, you probably got fucking roasted.
So here's what happened. Let me give you the rundown. The whole year had gone by, I'd been a pretty good student, like scoring high on, all the good shit. I was like 5th grade. I guess 2 people got in a fight in the neighborhood of the school I was going to. Much like you, I lived like a neighborhood or 2 over from the school I was going to. Walking distance is that's like a broad term for this. Like, I walk there, but I definitely shouldn't have been. Like, that was a whole ass workout to get over there. Anyway, the neighborhood where the school was, there was a fight breaking out, and everybody came to watch it. In school, we had an assembly about, hey, don't go support fights, don't go watch them. And my teacher, we get back to class, he's like, would you fucking, he didn't say fucking, obviously, but he was like, would you, support, go watch a fight? And I went out loud. I'm like, no, that's stupid. What a waste of time. Because at that age, it was stupid and a waste of time. There's other stuff I could be doing, like playing Jack and Daxter over and over again or whatever, And when my teacher was like, see, Nate wouldn't go. And one of the other people were like, well, you just say that because you think he's the smartest. And the teacher, without hesitation goes, I believe that is true, but that's still no excuse to go, fight, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I can't believe you just said that in front of the whole class. That's not.
And then Nate was mercilessly
Nobody really bothered me. Didn't have a lot of bullying. Middle school is a lot more bullying. High school had a little bit. Not really in high school, though, because I had the MMA. I was actively in MMA at the time. So not only was I a bigger dude than most of the guys, I got in one fight. It was off campus, so it doesn't even count. It didn't end well for the other guy. It was a very short fight. I didn't knock anyone out or break any bones. He got swept to the ground and realized suddenly this fight's not for me. Maybe we shouldn't have done this. And I'm like, hey man, me too. I don't want to fight either. And that's how that ended.
Speaking of being off campus, I got a detention one time so there was my elementary school. It was at the top of a big hill.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of the hill, there was a creek that ran under the road. Mm-hmm. So there's like a bridge in quotation marks.
Yeah.
They had sidewalks on each side of the bridge. And it had guardrails to keep people from, get people away from the sidewalk if you're driving.
Right.
And then people on the sidewalk from being in the street, whatever. So it was probably like a quarter mile away from the school. Like a good enough distance to where it's not fucking school. And I was walking my bike because I was like, I didn't want to speed down the hill on my bike because I didn't want to fucking wreck. So I just walked my bike down the hill. I was walking my bike and then I was walking across the guardrail holding my bike.
Right.
One of the teachers drove by and gave me a detention for walking on the guardrail.
I have a story about that. Another 5th grade incident. Me, my best friend at the time, and my brother were playing around in the park. We were hitting my brother with backpacks because kids roughhouse, boys. We weren't like beating the shit out of them. We were all hitting each other with backpacks, having fun. Maybe it went a little too far. My little brother started crying. We went to the same school. 2 teachers who were married to each other. They met at that school. They got pulled over in their car and went, "You march to the school." Now school was out. They marched us to the school and gave us a big old lecture. We were just roughhousing. Next day, I have a field trip, so I go to get on the bus. My 5th grade teacher, same one who said I was the smartest in the class, grabs my arm. He goes, "You over here." I've never felt so aggressively grabbed. It's the same reason, like, if anybody's even remotely aggressive, I will snap and beat the shit out of you. Do not do that to me. Don't grab me by the arm and don't grab my butt. You're a star student, Nate. Come on, like, get it together. I'll never forget that because of how hard he grabbed my arm. Adults should not be grabbing kids that hard. Shouldn't be grabbing kids at all, really. But
yeah, you shouldn't be grabbing a kid.
And it's not your, like, oh,
there's no reason.
But yeah, no, ever. No, dude. These are just not your kids, man. Like, they're your students, but you should not be grabbing them. Anyway, burns me. But yeah, I didn't get a detention. They pulled us in the office that day, and they're like, "Well, your records are clean, so we're not going to do anything." And I'm like, I fucking thought not, because we were kids playing around, man. Like, I
just like how
so
it's
stupid.
like they're fucking.
And this is elementary school, so like record, like,
like, who fucking gives a shit?
I did in high school. I do have one big regret of high school. People have a lot of regrets in high school, but this one was like, we would do this thing before MMA where like we'd all like, we'd roast. They were like light roasts, nothing. But I guess I went too far flaming this girl, and I made her cry. Like, I said a roast about like her dad or something. And I didn't know that her dad, I guess he passed away at some point. I had no idea. But I made her cry, and everybody eventually went back to class. I didn't go back to class. In my martial arts uniform, belt and everything. I went to the counselor's office, and I was like, I don't even remember the girl's name. When I went to the office, I was like, "Can you look up this person? I want to apologize." Obviously, she wasn't going to talk to me unless they brought her into the office. So I apologized, and they were like, "You're a senior. You realize like that could have escalated. You could have gotten you could have lost graduation." I said, "I don't care if I lose graduation. Like, I made her cry. I need to apologize." And they were like, "That was like really bold of you. Like, we've never seen anybody come in here and like tell on themselves like that. So close to like graduation." This was like May. So graduation's in June. I'll never forget it because how I made her feel. I could only imagine. Like, she never talked to me the rest of the year, even though we used to be like really good friends. She was like an underclassman, like sophomore or something. I'll never forget. I haven't forgotten now. I am so deeply sorry for that. Like, I will always regret that because that's fucked up. You should never make somebody feel that way. I had no idea about her situation, but even so, you got to be a little more tactful and careful with how you speak to people,
Yeah, I feel that.
That was one big thing that I learned in high school, and I still feel bad for that shit, dude.
Yeah, I think at this point, I was trying to think of something to share because I didn't want you to be alone and like sharing something vulnerable like that. I can't think of anything.
Hey, yeah.
I don't know if it's because I've repressed most of what I went through in high school. I've
repressed a lot of it. I'm sure I've done a lot of little fuck ups, but that one to me,
yeah, I just can't think of it.
And was a big deal.
I've apologized to the people that I hurt in like to their face. So
you've told me that before.
I'm not sure. I don't have anything that sticks out.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah, my fucking belly.
Eating them frog legs, boy.
I wish. I'm so hungry. So hungry. All I've eaten today, I had leftover sandwich from last night.
Damn. We should go get some real food. It is about that time.
It is about that time. I'm super hungry. For sure. I don't know what I want to eat though. That's the problem.
I see your energy level has like depleted. You look drained of.
Yeah. Like earlier when I was talking about running out of social battery, this is what it feels like.
Yeah.
Like
how it feels to chew 4 gum. Not even like 5 gum. Like 4 gum. You can't chew 5 gum. You have no energy for it.
Okay.
So you just chew 4
I
gums.
appreciate the joke, but I think the analogy would be better. Like Do you remember the 15-cent packs of gum that come with like 6 sticks?
Yeah. Yeah. Like
they lose flavor.
Juicy Fruit or like.
Yeah, I just wasn't gonna say any of the brands because I was gonna shit talk.
Oh, okay, perfect. I mean, we know, but yeah, go for it.
How they lose flavor in like 25 seconds.
Yep.
That's what it feels like. I just feel like I had like it was like I was able to keep like, oh yeah, new stick, 25 seconds. Oh yeah, new stick. I was able to keep it up a little bit. I was up earlier than I wanted to be today. I also did some yard work, and I've only been home long enough to talk to my girlfriend for like 25 seconds, and then I mowed the yard and came down here and started the podcast. So,
well, it is that time. We should go get food. I got to figure out dinner stuff too. So,
yeah. And then you've got like a gaming date.
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah. With some friends after this, we're going to play Rise and then Jackboxes later tonight. And I'm still getting recordings for my Jack and Daxter video that I said I was going to do last month and like totally dropped the ball because how things happen. But I'm working on it. It's a retrospective. It's going to be nice and long and nommable, as we say. Take a big juicy bite out of it like a damn frog leg.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, dude.
I'm so excited to try those, dude. I can't wait to come out
frog
and
legs? Yeah, it's going to be sick. We got to figure out when you're doing that so that way I can make the plan to have frog legs.
It'll be a big thing. I'm ready.
It'll be a whole ass event.
Hell yeah. Cherry didn't look too keen on it, but I'm ready.
Dude, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's legit like chicken wings. Like, they're not that dissimilar.
Nah, yeah, do you guys toss them in sauce? I gotta know.
No, I just eat them like chicken wings because they're basically like breaded and fried.
Delicious.
Well,
okay.
But not really breaded. It tastes more like they've been like really like air fried, like crispy.
Okay.
Yeah. But also juicy at the same time. I don't know. I'm so hungry and juicy and I'm also sunny.
I'm Nate. As they know.
And we don't have a real send off. I've just been saying have a good fucking week because Nate started doing that.
Well, you should have a good fucking week. That's facts.
Yeah, like I don't know. I like that the most. Like realistically, like dude, we come out on Monday morning for you guys. Have a good fucking week. Like if you're listen on your commute to work, or maybe it's the end of a shitty Monday.
Or maybe you just finished clapping some cheeks. Let me tell you, bro, good job. You really clapped those cheeks hard, dude.
Yeah, or if you had your cheeks clapped, no discrimination.
Oh, no, dude, proud of you. You can take it like a champ.
Have a great fucking week.
Yeah. Fuck.